Bear with me. I'm just going live on YouTube.
Derek, there's another guy called Chatra in the waiting room as well.
Yeah, I got him.
Right, let me mute that. Let's mute the share. And copy. Right, I'm just going to share screens with you guys. Bear with me. Webtalk. Share. Can you all see the screen okay?
Yeah, we got it.
Right. Right, as members, what we want everyone to start doing is when I post this, to do the same. So all you would do is go in and copy this and put it into your own post. I know some of you don't know how to do it yet, but right, let me just post this. I'm going to do a spotlight post. All right, here we are live. Right, it's now live on Webtalk and on YouTube. So we'll carry on as normal. As we were talking about the other week, what we really want is we want people coming in and commenting on the Webtalk page as members, and instead of like doing the questions and answers after the Zoom call, we want to sort of eradicate Zoom, so we can just use you know, the live on Webtalk and that. So you can all see that it's live here on Webtalk. But I'm just coming back to the Zoom room, or shall I leave it on there? Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to explain what I've just done there? In case well done, Roy. You've posted it.
Yeah, so basically all you've done is you've taken your YouTube live, you copy that link, you put it in that link into your news feed in Webtalk, and now it creates a basically it looks like a live feed in your Webtalk, but it is just a link. So it's kind of like it would be like a virtually live video in your Webtalk. Now, what's interesting is what we were noticing today is we were kind of checking the volume and stuff because someone was saying that they couldn't hear it or whatever, but we were checking it out on Webtalk, and the lag that we've seen before, it looks like that lag has pretty much disappeared.
Oh, great.
If you, and a very simple way to check that is all you do is just turn the volume on your Webtalk and then just talk in the Zoom, and it's almost right, you know, with it. It used to be, I mean, it was almost like a 5-minute delay, but now it seems very, very close to being like basically spot on. So I don't know if that's just something that Webtalk has been working on and has, you know, fixed as a problem, but I don't know, but it seems like it's getting a lot better.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's seamless to actually put that up on live. So, you know, moving forward, You know, we just want the members to do exactly the same. Eddie and I have already been talking about doing more live calls, obviously because of the rankings in my video views and that are going through the roof now. You know, so the YouTube channels, even my Vimeo, and it's nothing to do with Vimeo, but I'm getting so many views on Vimeo now, and I can't even work out why. But there you go. Look, I can see people sharing this, so that's what we want to create. We want to create so everyone understands that as soon as we go live as a team, we are getting it out there between all of us. As you said the other weekend, it's not about me and my points. It's about the people below me, and because I'm getting matching points anyway, earning their own points, and all they're doing is copying a bit of text and a link, and they've got the live call directly on their Webtalk platform. So for all of you, Roy and Suresh and the others that are here that haven't been here before, I'm just going to quickly go through the Hangout page, and I'll put it in for you so you can go there. Every week when we do these live calls, as you can see here, that was last week's live call, which was an experimental one with me, Eddie, John and Andy, and that. Andy was just walking us through how you go live. So you can come to this web page and the latest recording will go up there, so you can see it, a short presentation there. This is the main thing. If you want to come to this web page, you can, as we do this meeting at the same time every week, you can log in here. So this is the place to come if you haven't got the link to log in, or you can just wait until we go live on Webtalk. And those are the contact details for me and Eddie, if you wish to get back to us. But what we're finding is people are struggling to, I don't know what they put up, maybe you know this, Andy, but people are struggling to do their profile, or maybe just too lazy, I don't know, one or the other. But I think RJ said he was making it easier for everyone, didn't he?
Yeah.
So if you go, if you click here to continue on this button, it takes you to a web page, and basically there's a video tutorial for every part, how to sign up for a free account. If you're new here, completely haven't got an account, of course. And this one here, very important that you complete your profile 100%. So for everyone that's here that's a member, make sure you watch that video and you will understand exactly what you've got to do to complete your profile. And that is so important. There's a video to watch how to enroll to the cash rewards program, and a small tutorial video showing you how you can benefit, which was done by RJ, the CEO. Right, I just wanted to run through that. Has anyone got any questions about that at all? No? Right, let's go back to Webtalk. As you can see, what I've just been talking about is up on the Webtalk page now. Right, for the new people, would you mind just giving an overview, Andy, please? You know, a few golden nuggets for these guys.
Sure. What would you like me to talk about as far as
question, what has anyone got any questions they want to know? I mean,
yeah, that'd probably be better.
Yeah, if we do this as a questions and answers, as Andy admitted, he can talk about this for hours on end. So
Yeah, I'm actually right now I'm on two Zooms
cool.
at once.
Right.
That's how much I like talking about it.
Roy, or Suresh, have you got any questions you'd like to ask? I think that
Sorry, we are fine up to now. Thank you, Rick.
right. So now I'm in a situation. Have you got anything you'd like to add, Eddie?
No, right now I don't. I mean, we're moving along here with the live and everything that we're doing. I know that Andy and them, they're always doing something on their team and using the enhancements and everything else and keeping up with everything, live. Is there anything that you've seen there, Andy, that we could try to incorporate? I know we're above y'all. I understand that. And, again, we understand where you're coming from, and we appreciate anybody. We're here to help everybody as we gain knowledge. You've been gaining knowledge and helping us, and we appreciate that. So there's some things that maybe y'all have incorporated that we haven't even considered again,
We did last week. We did a kind of we did a book launch. Someone that I know just finished a book, and we did a book launch. And so what we did is we kind of, with that book launch, we showcased some of the businesses that we're starting to kind of pull in, businesses, entrepreneurs, things like that. So what we're doing right now is that, I mean, to me, that was a great video. If you watch it, it's on my news feed. It'll say like book launch and something else. But basically what that is it's the idea with that is, one, we've done the lives. Everyone knows how to do the lives. If you can do it, you can do it. If you don't want to, I think it's come to the point where if you're in Webtalk, you should be doing a live, because that's just a higher level than everybody else. And the thing is with live videos, no matter if they've watched it when it's recorded or you're watching it live, it just feels like you're watching something live, and you're kind of getting that interaction. Plus you're getting people to interact on your post, plus people can copy paste it and get interaction on their posts. One of the things that Tim was just saying is we're live right now. I'm on that. And the idea is, if you did a live right there, right now, it would be on all of your 5 and 4 level people. And so what would happen is you would get into that, and then all of a sudden, all those comments just filter right on up. It doesn't matter if those comments are on Tim's or mine, it's still filtering up, and it's filtering up and giving everybody, a little bit more points by doing that. So, the concept is like right now for you guys, what happens is if you post your live right now, anybody that comments on it, who's getting points? Just you and everybody above you. So the concept there is to work on trying to build from the bottom up. Most people think like, okay, well, I'm quote unquote the leader of this group. I should be posting stuff and people should be interacting. But with the concept of Webtalk, it turns that all around. So that whole idea is, if I'm the leader of the group, I truly don't want people commenting on my posts. And I say that because what I actually want them to do is I want them to copy the links from my post or share to their contacts my post, because what happens is when they share it way down low, those points filter up. They'll always hit the top. So as long as it's in my 5 levels, I'm always going to get the points. So I would rather have all of my people just copy my link, put it into their stuff, and put it into their news feed. So therefore, all the comments that are coming from people that I don't even know to their link is only increasing my points. So that's kind of the idea here of what Tim was saying was, hey, get them on our live so that people will comment, and then move that right on up to to you guys at the top.
Right.
So that's a concept that is kind of, it's just the opposite of what everybody normally thinks about, you know, quote unquote, being the leader of a group. Most of the time the leader puts something up and everybody, you know, checks it out. Well, the idea is work on the people below and it'll move on up. So anyway, back to the, you know, to the what we did, I believe it was on Friday. We had, I had told you, you know, earlier we had done a 48-hour marathon. Well, there was a person that had gotten on that wanted to, you know, talk to us as we were going for a walk. My wife and I were going for a walk. And so I put him on a live event and it just went everywhere. And so we brought that person in, we got a hold of that person, found them on Instagram. They're now in Webtalk. One of the IEG members, you know, contacted them, gave them the link. And so basically what we showcased was, here's someone who in Atlanta, Georgia, was going to talk to 2 people. And now multiple countries, multiple hundreds of shares, all this stuff is going viral because everybody that's connected is understanding the concept. Every time you bring someone new in, everyone should be interacting with that person as much as possible. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because when new people come in, they're way down at the bottom. And if you're interacting with them, you're interacting with everybody and you're helping everybody. And so, you know, that really showcased that. And then it just showcased how, you know, the businesses, you know, businesses are going to be a very important part of your team building, because a business, most businesses, if you tell them, hey, you can advertise in social media for a year straight for only $200, most businesses would jump all over that. Right. Now, what happens is if you have a business, everybody interacts with the business, which ultimately supports everyone else above them. And whoever signed up the business has to understand that they're going to be making a percentage of whatever is sold in Webtalk by that business. And that's pretty powerful when this thing gets bigger and you have some small businesses in there, or even big businesses, whatever, selling their product within the marketplace and stuff. And you are getting a commission on all of that, you know, continuously. You know, that's like if, you know, I don't know, like Jiffy Lube, like if Jiffy Lube signed up and every time that they, you know, changed a tire or changed the oil, you got 50 cents from that or $1 from that. I mean, just in a day, how many people go through a Jiffy Lube? I mean, that would be insanity. But then what happens is with that business, it is still going 5 levels up. So when you think about like basically it's like a 1%. I think it's like a 1% return basically. So let's say I sell something for $700. Well, 1% goes up 5 levels. So that turns into, $7 per level, which is $35. Well, a business would say, well, why would I give away $35 to somebody in this platform when I sold something for $700? Well, you have 5 employees that in Webtalk that are trying to get your company to sell stuff. So 5 employees, $35. How many hours can you pay 5 employees before you're out that $35? An hour, 45 minutes? But what these people are doing all day long is promoting your business. And that's what we do is we tell people, look, bring in your business. We're going to paste videos. We're going to, insert videos. We're going to do all that stuff. And you can come on and do live events and talk about your product. Now, always to me, the guarantee is I don't guarantee that you're going to sell the product. But if 65 countries, if 1,000 people, if 2,000 people, if 4,000 people all are responding to your posts, you're starting to make enough revenue that the product becomes obsolete. We had 2 authors, actually. Another guy came on and was kind of promoting his book. And, I like to think that at some point, and I feel like in the very near future, this person that's bringing in his book if he would just talk about his book in live events and have people interact with him, pretty soon he's just going to be handing out his book, because he's going to be making so much money on the interaction that he doesn't even need to sell the book. And I think that that's something that a lot of people need to think about right now with businesses. Getting businesses right now is literally the best time, because they're about ready to go back into lockdown. Around the world, businesses are about ready to go right back into lockdown, and especially in the States, because people have been silly and now they're going to have to, shut everything down again. Well, now all these businesses that just opened back up, they thought everything was going to be fine. Boom, they're closed again. What do they need? They need revenue. They need to pay their employees. So what if the boss gets an account, pays the 200, starts filling it all in, adding his employees, adding his customers, all this stuff, and they just start interacting on this platform? Well, all that money just filters right up to the boss. Now the boss can be mean and take it all, or the boss can use that as a way to pay his employees that he can't pay right now because there's no there's no revenue coming in from clientele. So I would be talking to businesses left and right. Right.
That's one thing I wanted to hit on, really, for some of the guys here. If you look at any platform for promoting any business model, it comes down to a numbers game in targeted traffic and all the rest of it. And you've got the perfect platform here to literally go viral, doing live calls, talking about your business. I know they haven't got the business page set up yet, but when they get the business page and the group page or whatever, it's going to be so much better to promote anything on this platform than it ever has been on any of the other social media platforms.
But I think that you also have to look at the idea of Webtalk. Do I need a specific page like I do in Facebook to promote my company? No, because personal and business are all on the same page. So what I would do is I would just start creating, if I had a business, I would have my profile. But what I would do is I would start if I added anybody that was part of my business, I would just have them in a
group.
A group, a private group, and then when the page comes, I just move all that information over. Or I make a dead page. We've made a dead page for one of our,
profiles.
Basically, we made a dead page and said, okay, we need all the teachers to put in their bio information. We need students to come in here and say who they are and connect so that we can figure out who's signed up with who, blah, blah, blah. Well, all that information, RJ said, as soon as the business pages come, you can just sweep all that right into that business page. So there's kind of two ways to do it. I would do it if I was a business owner, I would just start doing it as my page. I'm going to start conditioning myself to realize I don't need a business page anymore. I don't need a business page and a personal page and a this page and a that page and a Instagram page and all that. All I need is one thing: Webtalk. I make my personal stuff personal. I start making my business my private group, and then I start connecting to all the other social media. And all I do, make a post that's to only business people, and then click on the social media, done. And instead of posting on 6 different things all day long, I post on one thing, and it syndicates it out to those other social medias. And when the app comes out, there's even going to be more social media that you can connect to, and it's going to change how easily people can save time by one post. One post in Webtalk goes to, you can send it to 4 or 5 different things already.
Yeah.
So why wait when you can start making your page in Webtalk? If you post something that's business and you don't want your personal side to see it, you just create that private group, and it's still on your page, still in your newsfeed, but the right people are seeing it.
How about when you go live, if you want to talk about
live,
business? Yeah.
You can go live. It's the same thing. When you make a post, That live, when you made a post, it gave you the option to go public or contacts or private groups. And so you can make a live and put it into your private group, and only the private group of that company would see it. So if you had like a company meeting and you wanted to, generate revenue, so everybody's at home right now, they can't come to work, but we need to have a meeting. We're going to have a live in Webtalk, and you are just going to write your questions in the posts or in the comments below, generating revenue. If you want, share it publicly. If you don't, you don't. So some things from your business, of course, you want people to see it so they become attracted to it. Other things you just want to talk to your employees. Make that private group. We've already shown that with a hotel. Like I've said before, with a hotel, someone walks in the morning, the maid walks in the morning, takes a picture of the hotel room. This is what the hotel room looks like when I walked in at 9 a.m. 10 o'clock comes, well, then people respond to it. Oh, okay, great. I see you're at the place, blah, blah, blah. I see what you're cleaning, doing whatever. Then at 10 o'clock, when she's done or he's done, as they walk out, boom, here's another photo. I've sent it privately to my boss. Okay, I've posted. Now everybody sees that. Oh, job well done. Blah, blah, blah. This is where you need to go next. All that is generating revenue. And right now, of course, it's not that much. It's not. It's a conditioning right now. And conditioning is taking a while because people don't quite get that this concept is massive for businesses. This is going to be brilliant for businesses. Now, when they get the app, think about how much easier this communication is going to be. Now I just walk in with my phone, boom. I don't even have to worry about adding it, like finding it on the internet, whatever. Now it's just an app, blah, 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 boom, send it out, boom, send it out, private group, public, whatever you want to do.
So saying that, just to reiterate on that, I mean, like everyone in the WhatsApp groups now, you could basically do it all with the app and everything, do it all on this page, can't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, to me, WhatsApp is texting. Webtalk is earning money. I mean,
Yeah.
Bottom line, like that's the thing is when people start comparing it to other apps, Webtalk has what every other app has. It's social media, it's interaction, blah, blah, blah. It's the same as everything else, but there's much more to it. But ultimately, let's be real, it's the money that's going to attract people, because I can use WhatsApp and talk to people all day long. I use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Ultimately, me using WhatsApp doesn't pay me. Now, if you want to continue, using Facebook and having people comment on your post and not getting anything out of it except, warm fuzzies in your heart, go ahead. That's your choice. And I would never tell people just to completely walk away from Facebook, but you might as well.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But for a business person, that's not the way I see it, because of the interaction and the monetary value, that is going to literally bring more people into the program anyway. But business owners are looking at numbers, targeted traffic, and all the rest of it. Well, the monetary value just adds to that, doesn't it? And it,
right.
It's going to have more interaction because of it.
Well, and when you look at how they've been talking about how they're setting it up, it's constantly being built. But when you look at the CRM is pretty impressive. Can I share?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me see if I can share the screen.
Let me change
the screen right now. Let me see if I can find it real quickly to show you what I'm talking about. Because I think for businesses, this is something that you should definitely see. Okay. All right. All right, let me see if I can share mine.
Let me stop sharing then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Andy, can you share?
Let's see. No, it says host is disabled. Screen share.
Right. I'll make you co-host for a minute.
Okay.
Away you go.
All right. Perfect. Okay. So for business people, what you're looking at is one, let's see here. One, you have have all this. This to me is a lot. I think it'll make it easier for business people once they get looking at all this stuff. But all this is just showing you, where your contacts are, all the professional, all that. Now, if I look at this and say, okay, I want to connect with this person, this is what's really cool about the whole business side of it. And this is what they've been talking about, how they're growing it, is if you look here, acquaintance is, obviously that's someone I just met. Then you have classmates, okay? And then it says service provider, home and personal. So what they're doing is they're adding, this has just been kind of slowly been added as it goes. And what RJ said, and what I'm a picture person, so I kind of get this, is it's like a target. And so every time you have your bullseye, which is your people that you're closest with, your acquaintances, blah, blah. Then you have maybe your classmates. Then maybe you have service providers, the people that, the mailman, the kid that mows your lawn, the babysitters, whoever that you're in contact with a lot, but you wouldn't consider them like your best pal, but you definitely are in contact with them. And then you have down here, then you have investors, then you have clients, the employees, you have vendors and partners. All this stuff is awesome for businesses, because now every business person, every time I meet someone new, I just put them exactly where I need them.
Yeah, it's cool.
When I'm as a business person, I would love this, because it's going to take a little bit of onboarding process, trying to move everything. And I think what they're saying is that you're going to be able to move your contacts and stuff from these other social medias into Webtalk, which that'll be helpful. So you're not doing it one by one. I think it'll kind of bring them in. But what's really cool about this is, for me, this is what I use for my stuff, because I'm not a huge business person, but, I have a client customer, but I have multiple groups within the client customer.
Yes.
So I can put people where they need to be and not think about it ever again. Because let's say Cobb County Schools, I might work with a bunch of people, but I don't know them. Sometimes I don't even know their name. But if I put their information in here, anytime that I send a message out to Cobb County Schools, I know who I'm talking to, even though I don't know who I'm talking to. I know it's the people that I want to talk to for that specific post or message. And then you look up here, and this was something that RJ was talking about that I think is kind of cool. Searchable tags. He was talking about, how I do this a lot. Like I'll say, like Jim that I met at the club, or Sally that I met working out on Tuesday. It's like your mind remembers that. Like when I put in contact, sometimes I do that. Well, that's what they said is what they're saying is in here, what you would do is you would just type, like if you met that person at Wendy's or something like that, it just kind of jogs your memory of who that person is. So that's a really great thing for businesses as well. And then you just have, you have the relationship value. This is pretty cool. What this does is if I move this up for this person, I will see more of their posts. If I move it down, I will see less of their posts. Recommendation value. Do I recommend this person or not? You can change that real quickly. So this is kind of cool. I like the news value because let's say you meet someone that you're like, hey, they're cool. I want them to, be in my group, but I don't really want to see all their silly posts about their cat. Well, there you go. Now I can hide that. Or if I really love cats, then cool. I want to see every single one of them. And that will be kind of one of those posts that, you see more in your news feed. So that's a cool feature that a lot of people don't even use. I'd barely use it. So that's another good one. Let's see. And then we have your contact information. You can put all their information in. Permissions and groups. This is one thing that I do. This is what I like is the groups. Then you have your personal. You can do family, friend, and acquaintance. But I really like this because you have all these options. And within all these options, you can create your own subgroups within all those options. So for a business,
yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of stuff for a business to have at their hands and then once again, now they have it all at their hands in one place, but they're still posting to all their social media.
Yeah, I mean, that side of it is powerful. I know. We were talking about that the other day. You know, obviously you can post to all the other platforms, which you can't do on the others. I think Facebook, you can interact with Instagram, connect your Instagram account and everything. But this is far better for, you know, getting it out there to all the different platforms. If I just go back to share screens.
And then just another thing is, like I've said before, a business wants to come to IEG and say, hey, we'd like to be part of your group. Well, you just got instant access to 65 countries.
Yeah.
And the value of that is
immense. If I just go, Eddie and I was talking about this earlier, which for people that want to, you know, set up their profile, you have the completion thing. Please make sure this is 100% complete. And if you hover over the question mark, it will open up. If you click on it, sorry, it opens up and tells you all the different categories that you have to complete.
Right.
And like I said, completing your profile is the first thing that you need to do to make sure you're up and running properly here.
Well, and what's cool is every person that completes their profile and connects, you know, their Payoneer right now and other payment companies later. I mean, RJ's going to give you a certain dollar amount for that. So literally by completing your profile, if you're a free account or not, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to, you know, reiterate the fact that this platform is going to be absolutely amazing for any business, you know, and, you know, they might have thought and made lots of contacts on other social media platforms, but believe me, once they get going with this, it's going to be absolutely crazy.
Well, here's the thing. If I have 10,000 followers in Instagram and I post something about my business and all 10,000 of those people say, great, nice, oh, I like it, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. 10,000 people say something and not one of them goes to my site and purchases, I haven't made any money that day.
No, that's true.
If I make that same post in Webtalk and 10,000 people say, oh, great, nice, cool, like, oh, I'm going to share this, blah, blah, blah. I've probably made more money
than you would if you sold the product
than the thing I was trying to sell that day.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point, that's going to be true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question real quick, Andy, if I can.
Yeah.
On this businesses, how would you say is the best way to approach them? I mean, you said Jiffy Lube, of course, but you know, here in America, you know, we've got Dollar Tree, we got mom and pop restaurants, we got different places that we could go to. Just give them the link to sign up, or how would you say the best way to approach them with this here would be?
You know, that is a good question. I think right now, in where we're at in society right now, there are so many people that are very scared that they're going to lose their small business. Mm-hmm. So many people that are very scared that they don't know where their next paycheck's going to be when that business is shut down again. I think you go to businesses and people that you know, people that you frequent, and say, look, what's the major issue with COVID right now that you're dealing with? And I would say probably 100% would say, I'm really scared that I'm not going to be able to pay my employees, and I'm scared that I'm going to lose my entire business.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if I were to go, to a business, that's what my first thing would be. What's going to happen the next time they shut down? Well, then look, I would say probably that another question could be, how much do you pay for advertising?
Yeah.
In all social media.
Mm-hmm.
If they say, it's going to cost me, I don't know what it costs people, but let's say it just costs them $100 a month.
Right.
$100 a month for Facebook, $100 a month for Instagram, $100 a month for Twitter, $100 a month for TikTok. What else? Anything like that. Well, what if you told them, how about 200 for the entire year, all those platforms?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just saved that person, $300 in the first month. So at moment, you've saved them that much per month, $300 per month, 12 months a year. You've already saved them so much money just by coming to Webtalk. Now, that's not even here's the bells and whistles of Webtalk. All you're telling them is, look, if you use one social media site, you can post and send it all out to all these other ones and never pay them again. So I think that's a pretty good way to talk to people. And then ultimately say, look, and this is another thing is any business owner knows another business owner. They have to. That's what they do. So if you tell someone, look, if you get into Webtalk and you decide to do the 200, even the 100, for the pro package, not even the platinum, would always suggest the platinum just because there is value there and it will show up. But anyway, if you say, okay, if you pay $200, no matter who else comes in that uses your link or tells somebody else, it doesn't matter if that person pays. You could have 5,000 people that join and never pay for a pro package. You're still going to get revenue for all those people. So now what you say is, if you think of like a strip mall or like not a strip mall, but like like a parking lot that has like a bunch of businesses, like 10 businesses you go in. If you talk to one person and say, okay, you get in here and then you go talk to all your little friends that are all about to, shut down again. They talk to all the business owners. Then those business owners talk to the employees. And then those business owners send out messages to their customers and their clientele. And then those people realize that it's pretty awesome. So they're going to go and tell 5 to 10 people. All of a sudden, before you even can start, you've already built a massive following. And you can tell that each business, look, every time that this person down here at the business across the street has an interaction, you get that money. You get a little bit of that revenue. You get a little bit of the points, all matched. So now what it's like if I go over here and buy a Twinkie, the hair salon gets some of the revenue. I mean, when people are desperate, they are going to listen. And I think it is going to come pretty soon, that people are going to be very desperate. And what's cool is you can hold up an app and say, does your social media make you this much money?
Well, that's a good point. Also, I don't know how many people, as you were saying, use the social media for advertising. I mean, your mom and pop, I don't know how many are, but a lot of them are using local, to advertise locally,
Mm-hmm.
So this could even replace that in an enormous way if they could just see it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Advertise locally, but use your Webtalk link.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is getting the concept over to them, because everybody, like you said, is so stuck on Facebook. They're so stuck on LinkedIn and all these other platforms here. If we can just get that concept over to them, how enormous this is and what it can do for them, not only locally, but we're talking about now to the smaller towns around us, to bringing the people to their restaurants or to their whatever their establishment is from the surrounding towns. You
don't have to bring anybody to your restaurant. That's the beauty of this.
Yeah.
The restaurant shuts down and is going to make money. Why? Because the employees are going to interact with each other. The customers are going to interact with each other because business can go to people and say, look, we are shut down, but please follow us on this social media site.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to talk about money. You can say, hey, guys, we're shutting down. We are sorry. Sign up in the door, sign in your, newspaper, whatever. Come to this social media to support us.
And that'd be a great way to do it. Just put it on their door. Just put it on their door, the website.
Yep.
Come to here to support us.
QR code, just do a QR code. You click that QR code, boom, it comes up. It's a link, done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is what's beautiful about this is people are going to have to move past the concept of I'm trying to sell something to, if I just interact, I'm earning money.
Right.
That's the most powerful bit about it all. And I think with the app, as we all know, I mean,
getting excited.
Well, like me and Eddie and Maggie and John, we're all, in our 60s, and we get on with mobile cell phones, and because we have to.
Right.
But do I want to be on TikTok? Do I want to be on Instagram? I don't want to watch someone twerking or as soon as I put my phone up on Instagram, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think, off. I mean, but that's the other side of it. For all the younger generation, and that having the app is obviously going to make the numbers game even better for us.
Yeah, and right there's another thing. I was just talking to someone last night that graduated from college, and is going, "What am I supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? All you do is go talk to all your college friends."
Yeah.
I mean, tell your college friends, hey, how much debt did you leave college with? Let's get on social media that pays for it. And I talk to my students, and I tell them, I'm like, okay, like if you get 100,000 points, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, how do you get the points? And I'm like, well, you would, you can, like or comment or share whatever. And they're like, and it's only 60 points. I'm like, yeah, that's 60 points. They're like, I can make 100,000 points during class.
Yeah, these youngsters could.
And when you think about it like that, how long does it take you to think about like how long you could come up with 100,000 points? You go, man, that's like a month worth of doing stuff on social media. And they're like, oh yeah, we do that in a couple hours.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's moving along. You have to move along with the technology and everything, but everything's set up for us on this platform, and
and only getting better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only getting better.
Well, I think people need to understand too, Andy, when they look at this right here, I have people go over there and look at it and they go, oh man, why am I going to waste my time for a penny, or not even a part of a penny? And as you stated before, and I keep telling them, I say, listen, pennies turned into dollars, don't they? And dollars turns into $10, right? $10 turns into so on. I said, so, why not? I mean, I pick up a penny in the parking lot when I see it on the ground, don't you? I do. I pick it up, put it in my pocket. So, eventually if I pick up enough of them, I'm going to have 10 cents. So it just makes sense to me, not as we talked about it before, not to point out the monetary value of this at all, but it is there, and it is a calling card for people. It always will be. And for the younger people here, it's not impossible for a person to pay off their college loan through Webtalk. It's not unheard of. They very well could it. And with the young people, like you said, the points that they could get up, even at this small percentage right here, look what they could make in a month's time to help them.
Yep.
So I agree with you. And that's why we're so in love with it. I mean, we're just as excited about Webtalk as you are, and Tim and your whole team, about getting this out to the rest of the world out there,
Yeah.
And making a difference. So we appreciate you very much, though, in your input, for sure.
Not a problem.
Right. On that note, is there any questions by anyone want to ask Andy? Or
great as always.
No problem.
The other two guys have gone. Ron and that, they're more the business people. that I wanted to
Right.
see.
And you know, kind of talking about business people, I mean, you just said, well, you know, it's just a penny here and there. But if you think of a business that, you know, quarantine first 4 months is probably just scraping by. Like they're like, oh, you know, we're okay. We're getting back into business. We're all right. Well, now those businesses are about ready to hit another shutdown. I mean, it's just inevitable.
Yeah.
And when that happens, there's going to be some serious depression. Well, if you look at a business and let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you have 50 to 100 employees. Well, if 50 to 100 employees, their boss says, look, here's what we got to do. We are not making money in this business. I am losing money. Your paycheck is going to diminish. We all know that. How do we fix the problem? Well, if you have a desire to be successful, you're going to do a whole lot to be successful. So you say to a person, look, employee, this is what we're going to do. The harder that you all work at getting people involved in Webtalk, the more revenue goes up to me. Now you can make whatever revenue you want, but as a boss, a certain percentage is going to go right back into your paychecks. It may not be as much as you want, or if you put some effort into it, it could be a whole lot. Because when a you know, a boss with 100 people and those 100 people go tell 10 people to get involved, well, that revenue, it's going to the boss. And they can just, you know, they can just keep, you know, talking and interacting and doing whatever. And then, you know, ultimately, like things that I've said before, like a restaurant, if you got on your site and said, okay, you know, patrons that normally come in, hey, we're gonna teach you how to cook, you know, pasta primavera this next week. Go to the store, get, you know, X things, and we're gonna do a live, and you're just gonna comment, ask questions, do all that, and start generating activity with that chef. Well, the chef is in the 5 levels. The chef is creating revenue. The chef is creating value. Webtalk is paying them, and they start seeing a value. Now, will that value be perfect like in like the next month? Probably not. But by December, if you kept doing that and kept keeping that philosophy, all of a sudden your restaurant is going to be making money all the time. Those pennies turn into 10 cents, those pennies turn into dollars. And then it's just, you know, it rolls on from there. And then that business finally realizes, holy cow, Webtalk is amazing. Yeah, we're going back to, you know, to working at the restaurant, but how much money are we making on interaction?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this month, everyone gets X bonus because I'm the boss. I'm making money. I've made money on the 5 levels. We've still done all of our interaction. Now I can do something nice for you guys. I mean,
and I tell you something, what I like about it too, though, you're always going to have employees that say they're doing something right. But what I love about this, you can go in your levels and you can pick these people and see how many points they've done
right,
in a day. You can
yeah.
see how much work they put forth to get their bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can say, and you can even do a little reward thing and say, whoever gets the most points today is going to get this bonus.
Yep.
More incentive, right? More
Yep.
incentive to get on there and communicate. So I love that part because me and Derek went in there and we were looking at the levels and looking at what percentage a person did in accumulating the points for us.
Right.
You know, so you do have that, and you know, you don't have that in any other platform. You can see that here on Webtalk. I think it's great.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
But I think all of what you're saying here, the businesses right now, before we go into this next shutdown here, because you know, in Georgia, we both live in Georgia, Andy. So we've already seen the cases it's cropped up in 24-hour period. It's unheard of. The hospitals are going to be swamped again. But if you got one business that was doing what we're talking about here today, and then all of a sudden this whole thing hits in again, and they go and say, and the person says, well, what about your business there? And the guy goes, well, you know what? I'm not suffering as much as I thought I was going to suffer. And they say, well, why not? And they say, well, because somebody talked to me about this Webtalk platform, and I've got all my employees and we're using this platform, and I'm not really seeing a whole big difference in revenue.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be outstanding? And that's going to happen, and it can happen.
It's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well, think about if hospitals, that all the meetings that they're having on Teams and Google Chat and Google Hangout and all that information that's going out there, not one of them is getting anything out of it. So what if that doctor, all the interaction that he had was over Webtalk? He would be making a massive extra, stream of income.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I think, I wonder how that would work with the, what is that, Microsoft Team or anything? Would they have to be on Zoom, or could they go live on that right there as well and stuff? Or do you know? I mean, I'm wondering about that.
That's a great question. And I might have to mess around with that today.
Yeah, because the reason I say that is that my daughter is an SLP, right? She's a therapist, and she is still doing virtuals with Microsoft Team. So, I mean, if her department there could be getting paid for all the sessions they're doing and doing live, make a whole lot of sense, right?
Yep. And
So,
I mean, it's ultimately, if Teams doesn't work, instead of shutting down the idea, you go, look, instead of using Teams so that Microsoft makes more money, start using Webtalk and do it your way.
Yeah.
And making money for yourself. Why are we using Zoom right now? Well, because it's accessible.
Right.
But guess what? All of our activity, it's not paying any of us.
No.
The $149 that all of you put in so that you could upgrade because you finally found out that Zoom is something special because it works and everybody knows it. And everybody dropped $149. If you think of like all the people, hypothetically, all the people that would have signed up for Zoom underneath someone, if you would have been getting 10% of that 149 every time that they did it, you wouldn't be on this Zoom meeting right now. You'd be just sitting at a beach somewhere, just kind of chilling out.
That's true.
And if you could only get that concept through to people's heads where they go, I will pay $149 to get access to being able to go live on YouTube in Zoom, but I'm not going to pay $200 for an upgrade into Webtalk to get 5 levels and be the first million for the rest of my life.
Well, let's face it, it's taking people, I don't know why, this is the reason for doing all these live calls, but for some people, the penny just doesn't drop,
But see, that to me, that's a moot point, because if I'm talking to, a teacher in Vietnam and saying I can make you $50 extra a month and they only make $300 a month, to them, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
If I have 5 levels and I have 30 teachers that I'm making them, $50, and they're working hard to make their $50, 30 times 50, all of a sudden that goes up to me. Now it's not mere pennies in the United States, it's actual money in the United States.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's so silly to me, is that people, they're not getting the concept of this 5 levels. The 5 levels, no matter what anyone does from now until the end of Webtalk, whatever someone does, it's matched by you 100%.
Yep.
So if you have 5,000 people only making $1 a day, well, they're not too happy about that because they're only making $1 a day. But if they're all in your 5 levels, then you're making $5,000 a day.
That's exactly it. It's just getting it across to people. And the more we do live calls like this, the more that people are beginning to understand the power, of this platform.
Yep.
So look, I'm going to call it a day today because I've got other things to do, or should be doing at 4 o'clock. Once again, Andy, thanks for your time.
No problem.
And we will catch everyone next Tuesday. Maybe interact or join the other live meeting. I just wanted to do it for them other two guys' benefit.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
Thanks again, Andy.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Johnny. See you later, Dale.
See you later, guys.